Hello there everyone, good evening or afternoon depending on where you are, of course. Welcome. Oh, I forgot to put away my crap over here. Always have to forget something. All my medicines and stuff, and this space will be occupied by Grizo very soon. Sorry about that. Yeah, very happy to be here. It was a bit of a gamble, like am I going to do it, am I not going to do it, I don't know, I wasn't feeling so well. But yeah, glad to be here, and great to have you guys here. The Pirate Gamer Boy, always great to have you. That Dutch guy, awesome to see ya. And Ben and Mystic, also amazing to have you guys here. This is both on Twitch and YouTube, so there is some cross chat going on maybe. Just for those on YouTube to know that on Twitch I did introduce Marvin, the personal assistant. Unfortunately, I can't put him on YouTube, because if I do, then it will be like I am saying those things, and Marvin has a tendency to be a bit rude to people. So you know, I don't want to come across as that being me, even though I made the thing. So you know, it's still kind of me, I guess. Yeah, Grizo's being cute today. He was like he just jumped on the desk like 10 seconds before we started. He was like, oh, I need to get in my position. Of course, for the treats. Why else? So let's quickly get that out of the way. So yeah, today I wanted to go over some CDI games, because I wasn't feeling so well. Like nothing too intense. Hey there, Mr. Wario, great to have you, no problem. Do a lurk, put us in the background, it's amazing either way. Just good to hear from you. But yeah, last couple of days I felt so terrible, major headaches. Eventually that also started into nausea. No, Sonic's over here. Just change things around a bit. He won't sleep as much. So yeah, the last couple of days were terrible. What happened was my coffee machine broke, and I am just, I mean, I don't even like the taste of coffee. Okay, but if I don't have it, then a day later I will have a headache, and it will get worse and worse and worse. So you know, surely I am addicted. So it only got worse, barely ate, so I'm also way under my weight limit that I should be. Always under my weight limit, but now I'm really under the BMI of 17, so that's not good. So today what I figured, you know what? As a true crack addict who is out for some fix, I just munched on some coffee beans. And that actually kind of worked, surprisingly. Oh yeah, the Pirate Game Boy, better never start. It is kind of funny. I only started to drink coffee because I had so much energy problems, but even that didn't help me any bit. I could easily sleep with coffee as well. It's just I kept taking it, and then it became a habit, and you know, Now we're here. Now it's an addiction apparently. So that's no good. I hope we can fix it soon. Otherwise, I'll need to munch on some more coffee beans. Luckily, you don't need to eat that many of them because it's so concentrated that way. And it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It's still empty, Friso. Yeah, it's still empty. We'll need to build it up later. But yeah, as the Party Game Boy says, CDI always makes everything better, of course. So, today today we are going to play some board games. Did I write that? That's kind of funny. Digestive clock rang, snacker clock. Anyway, I have a bunch of different games lined up here. I don't know if we're going to get through all of them. There are also some serious omissions here. Partly because I might have forgotten some. But also one that's missing is Go, because I just don't have Go. Go is fairly rare to get. It was more popular in the southern countries of Europe, not over here. Another one we will be skipping, and I will just show you now, is this one. Which is a very interesting game. Problem is, I don't have a Dutch version, the Asterix Challenge of Caesar, which plays kind of like an early kind of Mario Party type of game. You play on a board and you do mini games. Only difference is that, unlike in Mario Party where you play head to head, these mini games are all solo. But you know, it's still kind of the same idea. It is still really cool, but I don't have an English version yet, so I'll need to grab that. And yeah, since you mentioned Einstein and Da Vinci, why don't we just start there? We have to start somewhere, right? Where do I have it? We will encounter some really stupid games today. We will also see some really impressive games for the time. Of course, it's all the way at the bottom. And of course, we see some games that I have very little experience with. But why don't we start out with Othello here, which is a game that I did a review on my channel for a while back with Chip, which was really cool. And I am going to try and play it with the mouse. That seems like the most logical thing to do. Although, could also end up in a catastrophe here. Already entangled. So there we go. So let us go to the game screen. Did I have it full screen yet? I do not. Turn on the machine. And yeah, these boxes, they always break. I kind of jokingly call them Fragilite because they are so weak. This hinge, it's kind of glued and they always break. It's terrible. The American boxes are a bit sturdier, by the way. They tend to be gray, and they are a bit stronger. Okay, now I need to remember which mouse is which. I don't confuse on myself. Let me know if the audio is okay, or if things need adjusting. I'm pretty sure that you can at least hear it. Alright, great. Here we go. Da Vinci, the man himself.
That is right. Ah, you are there already? Shall we play Othello? Ah, you don't know how yet. We'll soon fix that. It's a wonderful game, you know. Take a look and see. True, it's very easy to
Mystery
learn,
on
but you
Fire,
will
welcome,
soon
welcome.
discover
Great to
that
have you. I hope
actually,
I'm
how
pronouncing your
can
name
I put
correctly.
it? It's a question of strategy, and that's not easy. It requires your concentrazione.
Oh, that accent. That accent.
Oh, yes, of course. Othello, you are playing against me.
He really acts like we're stupid, huh? Like it's baby talk.
Welcome. Look, this is the game of Othello. But before we start to play, it's a good idea to teach you the principles of the game. Come and take a look.
I don't actually
It is
know how
very
old
simple.
Othello
Imagine
is.
you
I
are playing
think
with
it was.
blacks.
I
You
think
have to
Othello was
close your
created
opponent's
around the
discs. That
19th
way, they get
century
your playing color.
or 20th even.
Whoever has the most discs of his own color on the board at the end of the game has won. You see, the principle is very easy. But to play it, that takes a lot of insight. Shall we play?
Can you imagine? You go into a lecture hall and you're getting Professor Einstein, and he comes up. Let's talk about the game Othello. Yeah, and that's kind of the cool thing I find for CDI games is they tend to have this information sections with info about the game's history and such. Yeah, documentary. What else do they have? Puzzles. Oh, that's also a fun mode, I think. I never actually showed this in the review, did I? Where you can have a board and you have a puzzle to fix. Kind of interesting. Organizations, because yeah, Othello players are really into it. I think this is a rather interesting game that computers can't really outdo humans yet when it comes to Othello, because I'm not sure, but the calculations apparently are so difficult. 1971, that's the current version. Okay, weird. I know over here it was mostly known as a game Reversi, which was a bit of a IP struggle, I think, from Ravensburger. And yeah, and also I don't know if it's actually pronounced Othello or Othello. I don't know. Rules, strategy, it's kind of cool stuff for. It's just cool to have this kind of extra stuff. I don't know if you guys want to see the documentary. If you do, let me know. But let's first try out just a game. So there's 3 modes. You can just play a game, which is a if you just want to play the game, then that's probably the better option, to be honest.
Schön.
But you can also play against either Da Vinci or
Schön. Bene. Schön.
Okay, yeah, I made a joke about it because this is so hard to hear. I can hear now that Da Vinci actually says bene.
Bene.
Bene. Like nice.
Schön.
And I guess Einstein is saying schön, but it comes out a bit weird.
Schön.
Sounds more like Chin. Oh well.
Bene.
Let's do a game against Da Vinci. I think Da Vinci is a bit easier than Einstein, which I guess makes sense. Makes sense. And, it was CDI, it had to be all FMVs, didn't it?
Go ahead.
Already with the sign, we just started. Am I black or white? Oh, we are black. Yeah, and this is what the Pirate Gamer Boy says. Like, every time you make a move, there is load time for Da Vinci to do something. I mean, at the time it was kind of neat to have this, playing against a computer who actually moved and look like a real person. But nowadays it's pretty tacky, isn't it? And it just makes the game last so much longer. And it's kind of cool that he puts down the pieces on the board. I'm no expert at Othello, by the way, so you know, let's see what we can do. I do like the game. It's not very practiced in it. I do know we want the sides and the corners. I used to play it now and then. I never actually played Go, so I don't know how that is. Never the actual game nor the CDI game. But I do remember, I like this much more than definitely chess. I'm super terrible at chess. Did I do a stupid thing already? Well, it's just the beginning of the map, so it's no big problem yet. If I place something here, I can then take that one, right? I also enjoy it more than... Yeah, there is no Minesweeper on CDI.
Stupido stupid.
Are you talking about yourself or what? There's no Minesweeper. The CDI has some very odd omissions. The Pirate Game Boy, before the stream started, already mentioned one giant one, which is Monopoly, which I don't know why there never was one for the system. That is just such a weird thing to not make. Like, everything has Monopoly, doesn't it? And I want to say that I also like this more than checkers, but I come to think of it, I barely ever played checkers. Oh yeah, Connect 4 is on the list here. We'll go and check that out later as well. I have no clue what is wisdom here. I guess here, right? But then the corner might become a problem. So over here, what we played more instead of checkers was actually called dames. I'm not sure. Not sure what the actual English name of that is. But it's almost checkers, but not entirely checkers.
Oh, scusi.
Playing into all the Italian stereotypes there. Yeah, the loading times do get a bit annoying. That's why, if you actually want just to play the game, then the normal game option is probably your best bet.
Stupido stupid.
Is it? I don't know. I don't know. What kind of board games did you guys play when you were younger, or maybe still do to this day? Like, I know Mystic does some actual tabletop role playing, which, you know, can you even consider that a board game actually? It's a big time investment, isn't it? But yeah, this kind of stuff, it is something that CDI on paper should really excel at. You know, giving this digital versions of games, and for the most part, it actually does. Yeah, we had a bunch. Oh, Fireball Island. We had that as well. That was such a fun game. It was a pain to set up.
Stupido stupid.
But it was pretty cool. I'm not doing so well. Nothing wrong with standard stuff, you know. The standard stuff it's been popular for ages for a reason. It's just good fun. Sometimes games can get overcomplicated and just make it annoying to deal with. If I take this one, then you'll just take the whole lot. So that seems like a bad idea. But he can take it anyway, doesn't he? I think I may have messed up. I messed up big time.
Oh, scusi.
Would be kind of fun to figure out, like to see who the how the actors are doing. Would be fun to figure out. Oh yeah, I messed up good because I can't get either anymore. Yeah, that was not smart for me. Because now everything I take away, you'll just eat up again. Oops. I was testing you, Leo. I was testing you. Domino, I also have on CDI. We can check that out later as well. But that is one of the worst examples on the system, unfortunately. Oh, can you see if they have a IMDb page? Yeah, having the complete left side taken already is will be very difficult to come back from. The only thing that I can hope for is that I can take this piece here somehow, but you know, that's going to be unlikely. And there's no music in this game, that's unfortunate. Usually these games do have some more audio, I guess, because, you know, CDs were the future after all. Let's try to keep that middle there, I suppose. No. No. My man is impressed. Oh, CDs are awesome indeed. Oh yeah.
Stupido stupid.
Now he's giving us two corners. I'm not sure what his game is here, but I ain't complaining, man. It's an actual thumbs up. I was so debating when I built this PC, like, do I still want an optical drive? Kinda yes, but also kinda I keep having a optical drive and barely using it. So I figured, I'll just get an external one. And I did, and it was absolute crap. So I kinda am sorry that I did not get a optical drive in there as well. And it was crap because the thing won't read CDI games, so that can't have that. There is no way I can have it read anything on the CDI. Stupid drive. I already sold it again. Can I push my... Oh, there we go. I clicked exactly at the time that his cutscene started. Because I used my old drive to rip music from the CDIs. But oh well. And it would be nice if I could actually burn, for example, the Asterix game, because I only find the Dutch ones, unfortunately. But alas, no such hope. Hey there, Phil. How are you? Good to see ya. We are doing surprisingly well. Of course, I can still screw it up somehow.
Beautiful.
I guess I can use this. Because we've got the corners, so we're pretty safe there. Like, we have 3 corners, so if I manage to lose now, then that will be a true achievement. That is true, Ben. That is very true. Oh, a 419. You don't see those too often. Well, yeah, the 490 is a bit rare. I have some 470s, but not a 490 actually.
Ada!
He's so happy. They have some built-in RAM as well, the 490, if I remember correctly. Some more memory to save your data over the 470. Basically, they are almost the same otherwise. And they have a built-in video cartridge, which is, of course, very, very handy. I can get rid of this. Or I can get rid of these. I think this will be the better option. I don't know if it actually is. I am so bad at just strategy. I think that the skill that you need, like the thinking ahead part, that is something I just do not have. I never developed it. Oh yeah, Thunder in Paradise is a pretty fun time. Gets a bad rep, but you just go through a bit. Pretty fun. This game does not need the DVC, I think. Which is probably also the reason why there is no music, by the way. Yeah, now we just go down and did not really expect him to do that. It's kind of annoying. I think I should have put it on the right corner there. Yeah, I think I messed up here. Because if I eat this... what's the score? 29? Oh, okay, we're fine. It's gonna get... 1 back? 2 back. It's gonna get 2 back. No, 1, because this one is eaten too, of course.
Bravo. Bravissimo.
Bravissimo.
I want to get even immediately.
Yeah, I also love Hotel Mario. Such a fun game. And Body Slam, Mutant Rampage Body Slam is also a fine game. I find it gets a bit too monotonous, like too much of the same. And the levels just, they go on, and it's pretty tough to get through the game without wasting your thumb away. But for what it is, it's pretty fun. Yes, for sure. Bravissimo. Yeah. I'm sure if we would do an art contest or, you know, building some weapons of war, then I wouldn't have a chance. Oh, here we go. Level, oh, so you can set the different levels. How many levels are there? Oh, it was on beginner. Uh-oh. Should we do another game or should we just
Oh, scusi.
What do you guys want to do? Do we want to play a game against Einstein? Do you want to see the documentary or should we just move to a new game? Can I get out of here?
Stupid. You win.
It just goes for the win thing again. Again, for the YouTube viewers, I am sorry if things don't work out as well. Because I was feeling so awful this week, I did not have any time. Can I get out of here? Oh, there, thank you. I don't have had much time to really devote on fixing a lot of things. Oh. Griezo snack. The Griezo snack should be on YouTube. Marvin just won't go off on it. So what do we have? Do we want to see the documentary or do we move on? I did not do the modding myself. Someone else did. All right, let's. Oh crap! Let's check the documentary. It shouldn't take too long, I think. Might be a nice change of pace here.
At the end of last century, board games were tremendously popular. Many of these were based on events of the day, but games from Asia and Africa were also in demand. Reversi, a forerunner of Othello, probably started in the Orient.
Oh, it started as Reversi. Interesting.
In 1870, the game was brought to England as The Game of Annexation by John W. Mollett.
Of course, that's the name the English would give it.
By about 1900, the game's popularity was on the wane. In 1971, Goro Hasegawa of Japan brought the game back into the spotlight and renamed it Othello, after the Shakespeare play. In March 1973, Goro Hasegawa set up the Japan Othello Game Association and in April, the first Japanese championships were already being organized.
Yeah, so
It
the
was only in
CDI I have, it's
1976
only modded
that
for
the game
the
was
timekeeper
introduced to other countries, first
battery,
to the United States and Great
and
Britain.
it has a RGB out mod.
The first World Championships were held a year later in the Imperial Hotel in Tokyo. 5 countries participated. Inoue
As you
of
say,
Japan
there's no copy
became the
protection, so
world
you can
champion.
just, you know, burn the CD and play
Introduction
it.
to the rest of the world
Although
followed
it can be a
quickly.
bit finicky with that.
There are currently about 80 countries in which Othello is played, and in about 20 of them there are Othello organizations. They publish newsletters and organize competitions to decide who is to go to the World Championships. And since 1987, there's also been a World Championship for national teams. In the home of Othello, Japan, the game is
How do you
extremely
count that?
popular.
How many countries
With as
the
many
game is
players
played in?
as
Like
in
if
the
I
rest
bring
of the
my
world
game
together.
to some random countries,
Up
that,
till now,
you know, I play
they've
it
won
there.
practically every World Championship. There are many high-level tournaments there. In addition to the Japanese tournament, the Meijin is the leading Othello tournament. This is an open tournament with, at the end, a match between the overall winner and the reigning champion. The winner has almost the same status as the world champion. In the United States, there are 2 important tournaments. The US Grand Prix, to which only top players are invited, and the US Nationals, which are open to all comers.
All comers.
The European circuit is dominated by the 5 tournaments of the European Grand Prix, of which the Paris Open is the most prestigious. In addition to the big tournaments, there are countless national and local events. In France and the Netherlands, special computer Othello tournaments are organized. Othello comes in many versions, sometimes still under the name of Reversi 2, both in full-size and pocket versions.
Oh, that just
Othello
gets lost.
is also available as a
These little
computer game
pieces.
on special pocket computers and in PC versions. After 100 years, this classic game for the mind has lost none of its fascination.
I have never seen an Othello LCD game. Makes sense, just never seen one. Yeah, pretty cool. So, should we give Einstein a try, or should we just head over to a new game? I heard the Pirate Game Boy. Yeah, you were stuck on my shirt. Thank you very much, Felicio. I heard the Pirate Game Boy vote for. Oh no, not you again.
Scusi.
Now he goes and complain about again that we have won. I think we had one with magnets.
Stupido, stupid. You win. Bravo, bravissimo.
And some relief on the stones as well, because the thing that we had was a accessible version of it for the blind. Hey there, Pink Guy, great to have you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Schön.
Let's just head over to a new game, why don't we? Because we've plenty to go through. Speaking of which, what other games do you think that were made for CDI? Oh, there is another game still open. Do you wish to save to store it? No, we do not. To store it, yeah. Saving wasn't a big thing yet, I guess. So the terminology in these games can be a bit different. Let's see. Let's show you guys a dumb game this time around. Mystic, you named Domino before. And we do have Domino. Let me just here. Push out. funny, I used to think that I always needed to let the credits roll. Otherwise, I'd be scared that something would break or something, you know? You have to exit properly, but of course it doesn't work like this. But yeah, look at this. I have Domino on CDI. This is one of those games for CDI that is made after Philips had already pulled the plug on the whole thing. So this is not Philips branded at all. So this is from 1997, maybe even 1998. I don't remember exactly. This was Dutch only, so here it's fairly common. But outside of the Netherlands, it is one of the rarer games. And do not hunt it down because it is utter crap. And you will see why. I think it was actually a game that was offered free with the magazine, if I remember correctly. Or through some other promotional thing. Yeah, that can be the case because of it's a, you know, if it's a exclusive for a region, those things tend to be less common online as well. We're getting stuck. Oh, no, it just takes long. Yeah, it needs to load all the data for this super intense game of Domino. There's no help button. There's no, you know, none of that fancy information. Would be cool, you know, have a little history lesson on the game of Domino. But there is none of that. First, we have some important business to attend to. He had already turned his back to us out of sheer impatience. It's snack time for Olivia. So funny that TTS names my emotes half blue. You happy, Kitty, now? Oh, I have no clue. When was Domino invented? Another one where we had a accessible. My mother is also visually impaired, so most of those games were hers because she actually went to school in an what do you call that in English? I don't know, but where you are like boarding school for the blind. So she got most of the games that we had, and most of them were made accessible, as well as the Domino game we had, and Scrabble. I hate Scrabble. Scrabble is one of those games. Another one of those. Yes, just called boarding school for special needs as well. I hate Scrabble. I absolutely hate it. But another one of those odd omissions on the CDI. There is a game called Textiles, which is kinda like it, I guess, but not just Scrabble. The East was really good at making some fun games. Oh yeah, I can imagine that, Mystic, that you end up with not having enough space on the board for your words. Anyway, it doesn't even say where you can click, like nothing is highlighted here. But you can only click on the pieces which indicate which piece you play as, so just use the standard. And it also introduces you to the music tied to that piece. Now, the biggest issue with this game is that you cannot play it against the computer. So, you know, it's no good to me because I don't have friends to play offline, so, you know, why would I need a game where I can only play it with 2 players? It's so weird. Anyway, you start with a double piece and then you need to connect it. This is also has a laid out pattern already. Normally you just get to choose where you put it. Yeah, basically, well, this one has music at least. And what's also super weird, let's see if we can find it out soon. Wait, what? There was 5, right? Oh, I messed up already. Oh! Alright, so here's a 5. No, there's a... Oh, it's a 4. That's what I did wrong. Because if you have a two-way street, like you can place it in both sides, you can't even choose where to go. And I'm making all the wrong moves to demonstrate that. This is 2, right? Of course. Yeah, the music is not bad for the composition at least. It's a bit eh. Wait, you can't even go the other way? There was a 6, right? No, you can only go the one way. That is not domino. I swear I thought you could also go this way. That is some weird stuff. Like now what? Now it's 2 6s. Yeah. Yeah, so you can't play against the CPU. That is like, why would you even bother making this? So weird. Oh, yeah, here this Pirate Diddy. Oh, I thought it was a Pirate Diddy, but now it changed again. Why do I suck at domino? That's weird. There's no 4. Riveting gameplay this. Absolutely everything that we ever wanted in a game. Like I should be able to place this because there's a 6 there, but it doesn't allow it. It's so weird. Anyway, we've had enough of this.
Gee, it sure is boring around here.
That was the exact good moment for that one. Whoever redeemed that. If you go on the different tile, you actually get some different music. Oh no, this is just the next music track.
Cool, huh?
I never knew that it had a cultural thing for the Caribbean. I never knew that. So yeah, this is definitely a game that you do not need to hunt down because it's utter crap. Why did they even bother? So, another game I heard, so we might as well see if we can find it real quick. Speaking about true riveting gameplay, because yeah, someone at Philips decided like, what we really need is Connect 4. Now, of course there is a way to make this interesting. You know, you could add a lot of bells and whistles to it, have some awesome music playing, maybe have some videos stuff happening, you know, there's plenty of ways to use the CD format to make it kind of interesting. So let's see what they did with this concept. Oh yeah, I don't have to go to bed. Is there music in this one actually? I don't know. Connect 4, I don't tend to play this much. I can also, you know, I can't even ask my neighbor to play some Connect 4. You know, I can go up to her and ask her, would you like to play some Connect 4 with me? And she'll just look at me like, oh, what are you talking about? Because, you know, she doesn't speak English. But yeah, who in the right mind would do that? play Connect 4 in this day and age. It is one of the earlier CDI games. So, you know, it was slim pickings at the start of CDI. You just had to get what you had to get.
Welcome to Connect 4, the vertical checkers game. Whenever you want more information, move the pointer to the...
My man just really insulted checkers there. For real, this is not vertical checkers at the slightest. What the heck? So yeah, Cat Disc made a lot of CDI games. So let's just do one player. Should we try amateur? Sure. Or should we just try expert? Let's try expert. Let's be orange, right? Dutch boy going to be orange, of course. Ooh, that does not sound nice. Oh, it has loading times to think. Oh, I hate that. For Connect 4, it needs to think. Some of the NFL games, I think Hall of Fame is one of the rarest games out there. The trivia one I do have, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to place you here. Oh, the excitement of Connect 4. Oh no, please tell me that... Nope, I need to make the freaking move. That is annoying. If I put it here, he wins. If he puts here, he wins, so he wins. Damn it!
The computer won this game.
I do like that voice. It's a nice narration voice. Maybe we should go one level lower.
Oh my goodness, this is awful!
Oh. I thought I'd do the other settings, but it just straight out exits the game. Okay, whatever. You know, we've seen Connect 4. What's here to see? It's just like, why would you even bother put this on a disc? It has nothing added. It's just so weird. What are some more games you think would make better use of the CDI? Or they messed up more? You know, another thing that I find is a real miss on the CDI that they don't have it. Yeah, Monopoly is one of those weird games that is not on here. Oh, we can check out Battleship for sure. They put more effort into the freaking logo animation. But yeah, Monopoly is not on here. Another game that's really weird to me that's not included in the library is Trivial Pursuit. Because that was pretty popular in the 90s. And it could be such a milk cow, you know. Which is another game that we come to where they kinda use this concept. But just imagine having... like, you know, if you have Trivial Pursuit now as well, we have different topics for which you have the question tag. That could work so well on a system like this, but for some reason they never bothered. I'm like, that is the ideal milk cow. That is fine. Oh, so many games. Yes! Some more riveting gameplay in Battleship, which is an awesome game in itself. I mean, as a kid, Connect 4 was okay as well, I guess. But... yeah, I just don't get it. It's such a no-brainer to put it on there. Does this one actually say that? I don't know if this one actually says that. It says that. That would be funny. I mean, it better. There's digital audio. And longer games like Monopoly, it would work so well as well for this system because you have those save games. You know, you can suspend your game in progress and get back to it the next day. It would work really well for games like that, but unfortunately there are not too many of those. This game is not DVC compatible, so all you get is just pictures. At least it's some flair to the game, right? It's not much, but a little, a little. Is the stream looking good, by the way? Because I see on Twitch that the bitrate thingy is a bit in the red. Do we need the information? No, we know how to play. Okay, cool. Okay, so you have three options here. One shot per at a time, which takes really long. I'm actually not sure what the official rules are. 5 shots at a time. I think the Commodore 64 version plays it on this setting. And 1 shot for each ship, which is kind of interesting, but it can be super frustrating. I find this one really enhances like it progresses the what am I looking for, like the damn it, and one is the official. Let's just go for 1 then. Not escalation. It just, you know, makes you win faster if you shoot 1 down. Then you have more shots, so you know it gets uneven. I'm searching for a word and I cannot find it. Anyway, you can place D wherever you want. I don't really have a good strategy for battleships. I haven't played it in a long while. Should we just leave open like the top left area for a bit? Might be fun. I think the deploy button will put them out random. Yeah, and there in the bottom you have some video. Proper video. Okay, do we need to wait on the video? It's been a while since I played this. Okay. Again, I have no strategy for this kind of stuff. I'm not even sure if there is a strategy. What would that look like, Mystic? At least it doesn't take too long to switch players. Like some CDI games have these long ass loading times every time a scene changes, but here's it's not that bad. We get it? No, we cannot. Of course, the scenes will start repeating pretty fast, but you know, for what it's worth, it is slightly better than Connect 4. It's still not doing a whole lot with the whole CD format, you know, but you know, it's better than nothing. It's serviceable. Uh-oh. I've never, you know that I never actually played Wind Waker. I thought I clicked on this one. Really a game I should get to at some point. But I didn't have a GameCube, so I never picked it up back then. Do I have it now? I don't know. Let's see, of course I have to guess wrong. It's gonna be the fourth area I try in. Just wait. That is true, yeah. We have real video, so we can't complain. It is the future. So funny to see the Philips old advertisements and such, how much they hyped up their multimedia playback capabilities. Like this was blowing your Super Nintendo out of the water, because that clearly couldn't do video. And the music could play actual audio CDs. I'm actually not sure what the all the names of the ships are. I suppose the top one is the battleship, then maybe a cruiser, then a destroyer maybe? I don't know. Oh. That's that one down. Did we actually blow it up? Oh, the aircraft carrier. Yeah, that makes sense. And then you have, after that, the battleship then. I must say, this is also much more fun with a friend. Which is always kind of stupid with games like this, because you have to force the other guy to leave the room for a bit to set up your thing. So the actual board game wins out in that department. Oh, let's ship down. Of course, that was the easiest. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it makes sense though. As I say, it's not, you know, having to send someone out of the room to play a game is kind of weird. Oh, here we go again. Another three sides before we actually hit the right one. You guys play a lot of battleships back in the day? I mean, we had the game, but I didn't play it too much, to be honest. We had this electric thing where you set the pins in the thing, and then it would make the sounds. It was pretty neat. Plus, you know, your opponent couldn't lie about it. Yeah, it was pretty neat, but yeah, nothing special. It's such a simplistic game. It's so, you know, it's just guessing almost. I guess there is some strategy to it, Oh yeah, good times. I gave most of our games away at some point, so don't have that many. Oh, there were 2 ships there. See that? Oh, okay, they changed the names then, Ben. That's interesting. I am kinda sad that they don't say have any speech. You know, some dramatic acting when something is sunken. That would be nice. But alas, no such luck. So it's kind of lucky that we found both of his ships there. I did also play the C64 one, which is the cassette that is now missing. Quite annoyed by that. Because that was a game that I played fairly often. And that moved a lot faster, which makes it a bit more enjoyable. Although this could be worse, as you already saw with Othello. With the animation that needs to play out, you could not skip that. See, I told you it was a good idea to leave the top area there empty. I have no clue what I'm talking about. uh...
You're the best player ever.
I just lost Connect 4, so I'm not sure if I'm the best player ever. But surely I can win at battleships because that's luck based, so I have a good chance. I only have to make sure. Oh, you can have one here, I guess. Miss, buddy. There we go. Because the 2 is gone, that makes it a bit easier. Well, don't trust me on winning too soon, Ben. We all know how much I can F it up at the last moment. Although, truth be told, you know, we shouldn't be clutching when it comes to battleships, should we? It would be kind of weird. But leave it to Seb to kinda make that work. Hopefully this is the 3. Because then we only have 2 4s, right? No, nope. Did it sink? Oh, it did sink. Okay. Well, that will make it even easier now. Because if we place one here... I mean, it is quite impressive how he manages to miss so much. Okay. But that corner is almost completely impossible to hide the ship now. There we go. We found one. All right. Let's try over here. What's the chatter all of a sudden? Surely this will be it. Like, there's not a whole lot of space left for a 4 to stay hidden. Well, it can be in the top row still. And well, it can... There's two options here. Just watch. Yes, you watch. That is very true, Marvin. That's en Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude. Two go hand in hand, don't they? So it's either here or in the bottom. I don't see any other places it can be. He's claimed my arm at the moment. Why does it have to be the last spot on the freaking map? Like, he can still win. Hey there, Daniel, how are you? Great to have you, man. We are playing some classic board games on the CDI. And this is one of the more basic ones. It is for real then. Okay, we have him. We can't win anymore. Yeah, it's always the last place you look, isn't it? But imagine if you have amount of shots, like he found two of our boats pretty soon, and that means it will lower 2 of your shots per turn. It's an interesting concept. It just momentum, that's the word I was looking for. Like having the shots tied to the amount of ships you have left just encourages the momentum of winning, and very hard to come back from at that point once one of your ships goes down. And yeah, that's Battleship.
Outstanding. You defeated the computer.
Oh, it does talk.
I won!
And I so wish there was a, you know, a little more flair when stuff happened. Little CDI acting. I am winner. Oh wow, you get the whole victory march now. Hey there, TC Up. How are you? Great to have you. Thank you so much for joining us. A winner is me for now. Wow, they do quite a celebration. I could not win at Connect 4, but Battleship, where it's all dependent on luck. Oh, Sepp has no problem with that. No problem with that. And it just sends you back here. Yeah, neat little game. Not too special. Like you gotta remember this was $50 when it came out. Kinda harsh. Kinda harsh. What else should we do? What else should we do? I'm not sure if anyone has any interest in seeing it, but might as well check it. Well, maybe not check it out, but just throw it. Sorry, Grizo, I can't read the screen if you're there. No, Uno is another game. CDI is very light on card games, to be fair. It's so weird. Yeah, and that is, you see, that's kind of the thing. CDI should lend itself so well for that. But it's kind of messed up in a lot of these games. There are some good examples we will come to for sure. That do a better job at it, I think. Yeah, I recently also showed this off in a video, so I don't think that needs showing off now, which is Sargon Chess, which is a decent chess game. I am terrible at chess. But it is a pretty good game. Again, loading times, if you have the fancy graphics, can be a bit of a pain. Especially on the higher levels, the CPU takes quite long to actually think of its next move. It's annoying and kind of something that's very common in older chess games, even newer ones to be fair. But nowadays I think they just do it for show. It's always something that annoys the crap out of me in chess games. How about we quickly try out a... Oh, you did not see the video, Mystic. Do you want to see it real fast? I'm not... Well, with my skills I probably can't play all the game. It'll be over very soon. But yeah, this is Sargon Chess, and it's... It is based on the Sargon computer algorithm, I think. Oh, I don't know. I'm no chess master or anything, not even close. Sitting on the mouse. Sitting on the mouse. How can we play? This game, they have a pretty extensive how to play thing, which is nice, so you can actually kind of learn the basics of chess. And they have some... If you play against Sargon, there's some voice lines in there, which can be kind of funny. And there's some cool music. Which is... Oh, it's from 1990. Also one of the first games then. Well, it was a bit later. Oh, this is not going to go so well with the mouse.
If you would like to learn how to use this program, sit back and listen while the instructions begin.
No, I just want to play. Axis versus Allies is a pretty good game for CDI from what I've gathered. I did not have a lot of experience with it though, because it's a very late pickup for me. But from what I know, it's a very good rendition of the game. New game. New game. Maybe I should have listened. Ready? Teach me? No. Player. Ping time. Modify board. How do you... Oh, button 2. Oh, okay. That, yeah. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what is wisdom in even the opening. I just don't know. Oh, and every piece makes music. I think you wanna go out with your night fast, don't you?
That is an illegal move.
Oh yeah, and this is the issue that I have with the game. Like the board is tilted a bit too far, that it makes kind of annoying to see which piece is on which block exactly. Yeah, every piece has its own little jingle, I think. Oh, of course, Seb doesn't even notice that. We can do a trade, but I think the knight is more than is worth more than a, what's the name? Bishop. Let's see, we don't even know the proper names. Oh.
I hunger.
Because if he takes it, see,
Check.
I suck at chess. Let's see if we can see what the why to play music modify board. Oh, this is not great with here oh, you can actually set up a situation like that. That is something that I like. Like that is something that chess players would enjoy. I'm pretty sure, where you can recreate situations. Beginner, think time, music. Oh, there's also music. Don't hear nothing. Oh, load set is, I think, where it's under. Marble set, wood board. Yeah, 2D board. Like this just looks much better, doesn't it? Like not as fancy, but it's just way easier to see what's actually going on than that stilted thing. That I don't know. I can't really work with that. Although, you know, it's just one excuse for chess. It's just basic chess, but from what I got from those who have played it, who actually know chess, it's a pretty good chess game. I'm just not good at chess. Never a game that I had interest with. How about we check out the first game ever for CDI? Jigsaw. Which I believe, I am not entirely sure, but I believe this is partly developed or published by Sony as well. So in a way that would make this kind of Sony's first video game, maybe? Like, not many people know this, but technically speaking, CDI was also Sony's first game console, I guess. I hate those. Oh yeah, I hate those cases as well. They always break. They always break. Although, funnily, this one says 1991. I'm pretty sure this one was kind of like a launch title for. Whoa, that doesn't look good. Launch title for CDI. No time limit. Select a picture. Picture pattern. That's kind of the interesting thing about this. You don't only play with the standard, like the standard puzzle pieces. You also have the different kind of pieces, which, you know, is kind of an interesting take. Makes things a bit bit different on how you look at the puzzles. So that's kind of cool. Oh, did Sony also release games on the MSX? I didn't not even know that. So yeah, Sony was into the gaming market long before the PlayStation. And there is a Sony CDI out there as well. Yeah, that's a Vincent van Gogh. Oh, there's no random option. Motion? How do you do motion in a picture? Oh, waves. Yeah, you photograph things in motion. Okay, that makes sense. A lot of these have a lot of the different colors. That looks like a bad time. But there also was music in this game, wasn't there? Teach me, start. I guess not. Maybe once you start. Oh, there we go. Wow, that takes really long to load. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Do you also need to rotate things? Look how long that takes. Oh, that was not good. Was it this piece then? No. Did not want to select you, damn it. I already forgot what it looked like. It's such a famous piece too. There we go. These are big ass pieces, by the way. That's not right? But some nice relaxing music, that's always good. Still not the right one. Over here. There we go. Big pieces, it's pretty much a matter of just fiddling about until it fits, right? I think you can also set it to pretty tiny pieces, at least for a game like this. Like, you're never gonna have like 200 pieces, that of course would not work at all. Oh, okay. It goes here. That is true, yeah, I think that, I guess the music is just completely random, doesn't really take the actual puzzle into consideration. Would be nice if they did. No, that was already good. Look at me fumbling about. That's not it. Wait, was that? Oh, that's already correct. Dang it! I suck at puzzles even. At least I can't lose in this one. Well, not really lose. I mean, I can still embarrass myself. What else is new, huh? There's that. You need to switch, I guess. And then there's... Oh, I can't take you away. What's still not fitting? This one? And this one. Yay, we get the high resolution fireworks. Yeah, I think the star. I think that is what the there is an options for hints. I think that is what the hints are for the star. I'm not sure why it's doing that. That's weird. Yeah, because hints are on. I think that's the hints. And I guess it was set on, yeah, jumbo pieces, large, medium, small. How many pieces do you get for? I'm not gonna complete the whole puzzle like this, but just to check it out. How tiny they actually get. Let's get some nature in here. What kind of stock pictures do they have? Alright. Oh, there's a lovely amount of black in there. That is so weird that it does that graphical thing. Might be because this is a US game. That's kind of an artifact from the PAL system. So this is the maximum amount of pieces you can have, which is significantly more. This looks like a pain to solve. I guess you start with the sides, with the red. Although I think you can also move them, right? Or is there no option to rotate them? Oh, you can also show the picture again. Huh, that would be handy to know. So, you know, just a relaxing little game. This was all you had for a while on CDI. And, you know, it's also kind of useless because the thing is, those who are into jigsaw puzzles, they don't have any use for these kind of puzzles. They are into the 2000 like puzzles, right? Okay, let's so it was just noted, so we might as well do a quick checkout, but I'm not gonna play a full game because those take very long. Here we have Axis and Allies. The person who modded my CDI actually gave this to me because I did not have this one yet, and I think last month I'm pretty sure I got an actual copy, but for the life of me I couldn't find it. So this is a promotional version of it. Little misconception about these discs. I see now and then in discussions that these are, because they are promotional discs, they are super rare, and they are not. No manual, no. But because, you know, the Philips CDI was like all over the place, Philips would send these discs out to put in the machine, which is kind of funny. Like, I can't imagine what the use was for a game like this. Like, you want a demo machine to have something that would wow the player, and this game can take hours to complete, so seems like a very weird thing. The actual rare games for CDI, when you talk about other editions, are of course the prototypes, and if you can find those, then you are kind of lucky. I have one for Myst, for example, which actually has some extra features added that are not in the final version, which is kind of cool. But yeah, these demo discs, if you see them and someone asks stupid high prices for them, they are not that rare. Of course, it depends a bit on the specific title, but there's plenty of them out there. I've never played this long for very long, so if I would to make a complete playthrough for sometimes, I would have to dive in a bit to know what I'm actually doing, because this is one of those games that is, you know, you need to manage a lot of things, and it from what I hear, it's translated fairly well to CDI. And this is also another game that I actually played the real version of.
September 1st, 1939. German forces crossed the Polish border, beginning World War II in Europe. Germany quickly overruns Poland, Norway, Denmark, the Netherlands, Belgium, and France.
Oh, come on, we held out for at least 5 days.
until a surprise German assault on the Soviet Union penetrates to the gates of Moscow. The other side of the world sees increasing tension between Japan and the United States over Japanese aggression in China. Then, on December 7th, 1941, a Japanese surprise attack on Pearl Harbor shatters the U.S. Pacific Fleet and brings the United States into the war. It's now 1942, and you control the fate of nations.
We do. Sounds very like it's very much from a US perspective. I'm not sure who invented the original game. When it was invented, actually, I have no clue.
Axis and Allies, the World War II grand strategy game. Can you marshal your country's economic and military might to defeat your enemies? With judgment, strategy, and a little luck, you can end the war victoriously and win the game.
Axis and Allies is a 5-player game. You'll lead one of the
Oh,
major
geez.
powers, the USSR, Germany, the United Kingdom, Japan, or the United States. You can play with up to 4 friends, or let your CDI player control some of the countries. There are 2 teams, the USSR, the United Kingdom, and the United States.
I don't know about that.
The Allies. Germany
Could be that this is a US exclusive.
You and your partners win or lose the game
I
together.
don't actually know that.
So teamwork is important. You play the game on a map of
Would
the
make
world,
sense because it
divided
is one of
into
those games that you
territories
don't
or
see too
areas.
often here.
Each player has a capital area. To win the game, your team must capture 2 enemy capitals. There are 10 types of playing pieces, or units, in the game, including infantry, tanks, aircraft, and ships.
Yeah, it looks like there's only
Each
a
player
US
begins with
release
forces
of
on
this.
the map,
So
deployed as the
that's
real
neat.
armies and navies were in the spring of 1942. Each player also begins with a number of industrial production
I think in a modern version of the real
IPCs
game they
are the
actually
money of
included
Axis and
Italy as well as one of
You
the
use
Axis
your IPCs to buy
countries.
new units. The more IPCs you have, the more you can buy.
Yeah, I
The
never
map
played the
window shows
actual
you
game,
the
but
territories of the world.
it is
The colors show you who controls
it is
each
like a
territory,
very
and the
much more
symbols show
involved
where their
risk, I
forces
guess.
are.
With resource
The close-up
management,
window
units
gives you a
management,
detailed look at an area. The
and you
area's
need to
name,
take over the
economic
enemy, of
value,
course.
and the exact
But yeah,
price
again,
and
I
numbers
don't know
of
too much
units
about
located
it, so
there.
I don't really want to play
The
a
icon
game
window
because
shows
it's
you
just
the current game status,
going to go wrong, and this
lets you
game
choose
takes a
specific
really long
units
time. From
from
what
the
I
forces in an area.
understand, the real game also takes a couple
You
hours
use the
to
cursor
complete.
highlight to control the game. As you move the
Again, and
controls,
this
the
CDI is a
highlight
good
moves in the
format
same
for that
direction.
because, you know,
This
you
lets
can
you
suspend
move
a game
around
and
the
just
map,
continue the next
buttons,
day
and icons.
or whenever.
Press button 1 on
So
your
in that sense,
controller
it makes
to
sense
select the
to
highlighted item.
release games for
Press
that.
button 2
Monopoly
on your
would have been a
controller
great
to
fit as
stop
well,
what
I
you're
think.
doing. For example, if the highlight's in the icon window and you
Let's just do it done.
now that you know
I do not
the
know how we
players
play.
always move in the
It's kind of
during each
worrying if it
player's turn.
starts with the whole manual. Yeah, this is definitely a game you need the. Oh, we can just let the computer play. This is not a game you play without the memory of your CDI. Oh, there's some mutators for the game as well. Cool, cool. I don't know what any of this stuff means. And what I have seen so far is that each turn the CPU takes ages. Look at this. The Soviet is on the move now. We're doing some reviewing. Like, let's just have Russia one little turn and see what happens. But you will quickly see why I'm not going to bother with the entire playthrough now. Doing some strategies. Doing some combat movements. Doing some threat analysis. Doing some attacking. Yeah, imagine that. That was just a shock. We all of a sudden saw that the grass was green. Because we invented the color TV. So, also, speaking of Philips, Philips has a lot of those progressions in the TV market and media in general came from Philips. And just to show you what kind of company it was, oftentimes they were just late to the party. They invent stuff and then they let it lay on the planks, as it were. CD is a very good example. CD is a very good example of that. They had that, I think, at the end of the 50s, they already had CDs technology. And they were like, yeah, but now we're selling cassette tapes. Let's keep selling and make money on cassette tapes. And then, when the market is right, we shall unleash the CD. And then I think Sony was the one that was like, look guys, we have invented the CD. And then Philips was, ah shit. And they did that with TVs as well. They had technology and they kept, after a couple of years, once the market was saturated with the newest thing, the hottest trends, like color television, then they got the widescreen television, but they just waited on releasing it until everyone had the previous fad. And then coming out with the new one. Philips was real annoying like that. So Russia's still doing stuff. They're getting the ACOM now. Yeah, what is amazing though is that Philips CDI, for the most part, could play both games. There's very few games that have serious issues when you don't have the right region. And I think that was one turn. Yeah, now Germany goes on the offensive. See how long that takes? There was one turn. One freaking turn. I ain't got time for that. Get out of here. I'm sure it's a fine game. I hear some great things about it, but I really need to dive into that one to properly play. What did I have to think? Yes. And I think that if you are playing with humans, it probably only takes longer. So yeah, let's not do that. Let's not. Let's see. Let's see a very interesting game actually. I think it's one of the better examples of the CDI for board games. Unfortunately, you can't play it alone. Well, you can, but it's not as great. And that is Cluedo, or Clue in the US. Comes in a big box with the game. And some, like the scorecards, not scorecards, but like your hint cards. With some pencils as well. There's also a version out there, I'm not sure what the actual difference is otherwise, but then the like the caps of the pencils are different colors. And this is also a game that actually has an expansion. So, you know, it's one of those, I think it is actually the only game maybe that has a expansion. This you need to buy separately, by the way. And it adds new scenarios. This is also a game I have never played myself in real life, so I'm not very familiar with how it plays and I cannot compare it. But from what I can tell, it actually translated really well. What's really cool is, this is an example, you'll see why. where they really used CDI's capabilities as an advantage to just enhance the experience of a board game on a digital platform. And that is because this game does require the DVC, and as we start up, you will quickly see why. Let me get some more tea here. And I would love to play this sometime with actual people around. But again, the solo play is just not very fun. 3T Productions. I think they also made Made to Grade, which is another awesome game on CDI, which barely anyone has ever seen. Happy Ever After. This is the scenario that's loaded in now. This is Peacock, Professor Plum. I don't know any of these actors, by the way. But this is the advantage that they used. They used live video to just bring the scenario of the game to life. And this game has 3 different scenarios you can play. And it chooses one at random as you start up the game. And now we should get the actual introduction.
Everybody loves a wedding. But sometimes a marriage is made in hell, not in heaven. And when a confirmed bachelor, a rich bachelor like Mr. Body, decides to tie the knot, that is a recipe for disaster. The guests all knew that Mr. Body intended to get married, but nobody knew what he was going to do with his money. The house was alive with rumors, but Mr. Body would tell them nothing. They were to meet after dinner, when all would be explained. Until then, his lips were sealed. But someone couldn't wait. And Mr. Body never did get to that meeting.
I hope this is better. Sorry about that. Do you mean Among Us, Ben? Never played that. So yeah, that was the introduction. My man got murdered. Every time the guy here, what's his name? I already forgot. He gets murdered, and you need to figure out who done did it, with what weapon and in which room. And each of these 6 mugs can have done it, and you just need to figure out who did it. I already forgot the names. Let's get the stash going, why don't we? And this is the issue when it comes to this game solo, because the CPU will not play for the other players. And that's unfortunate. So you just have to figure it out alone, which, you know, it works, but you can take an eternity and just be always right. It doesn't matter. There's no pressure. And that is a shame. And it uses some clever tricks. Because, as Ben said, this game is kind of like an early Among Us, where you can deceive each other. And you can still do that in this game as well. How am I still not getting into the freaking room to demonstrate? And once you get into a room, it kind of becomes a point and click. Of course, overkill. Adventure thing. So you get in the room, and now you can find clues. You find some. Oh, there's a clue. So normally if you press on a clue, your turn is actually over. So a clue can be beneficial or give you some hints. There's a clue. And our man is in the chamber here, so we can actually interrogate him as well, which also makes your turn go by. And there is a flashback, which is just a scene that took place here, which I think is most useful usually. Let's just do that.
That's not going to help you, Mrs. White.
Oh, Miss Scarlet, don't do that. My nerves are in ruins.
I want to talk to you about Uncle Boddy.
There's nothing I want to say about Mr. Boddy, except that he's seen fit to abandon me after nearly 20 years of faithful service.
No, I take it you mean 20 years of helping yourself to the housekeeping money. Uncle Boddy told me about your little adding mistakes with the accounts. I told him it was theft.
How could you say that? I only made the odd mistake. Mr. Boddy understood that.
So that's why Uncle Boddy had to take away the account books, is it? If you don't want me to go to the police, you'd better listen to me. I need you to find something for me. Something belonging to Uncle Boddy.
How can I get that?
That, Mrs. White, is your little problem.
So, you know, based on these scenes, you need to basically deduce what happened exactly that night of the murder and who done did it. It's really neat. I think this is like a great example of how to, you know, bring a board game to life on a system like this that lends itself for these kind of FFVs. It's also acted pretty well, I think. So, you know, that helps.
Examine the room to check for evidence.
It has that BBC kind of acting to it, which is charming. But of course, I can just keep my turn indefinitely, which kind of takes the challenge out of the game eventually. Now, it might still be fun to, at some point, go through the cases and figure things out together. But, you know, for showing off. What is interesting, what I want to show, if you interrogate something, the thing that is the treachery amongst players, this is a hot seat game, so you have to pass the controller around. And if you challenge a player to say something, like give a statement or an alibi, you have to give the controller to that player as well. And then they get to decide if they either do a truthful statement or a false statement.
What do you want to
no,
ask?
I lie. I lie. They always... I lie. If you select this, make them truthful or lying. That is how it works. I am sorry, I was confused. So you decide if the character gives a false statement or a truthful statement. So only you know that. So, you know, they can talk about having used the gun whilst you press button 2. So that would be a lie. And everyone would write on their little sheet, oh, that dude had the gun, you know. But of course, that was a lie. So you never know what a player asks from a person. Like if I press button 2, he should give a false statement.
Look here, you must know by now that Boddy took every opportunity to humiliate Mrs. Peacock. She knew nothing of this fiancé of his until a couple of days ago. Because of my own feelings for her, I could only grit my teeth and pray that she came to no harm. Finding her with Boddy's gun was the last straw. I'd taken a piece of lead pipe from the kitchen to deal with Boddy, but when I saw the rope in the hall cupboard, it seemed entirely appropriate. I found Boddy in the billiard room, and I went and knocked him out with a karate blow. And by the strangest of ironies, it was Mrs. Peacock who saved Boddy's life. Had she not come in when she did, Boddy would have been found swinging from the beams. An apparent case of suicide.
So that was a lie. But, you know, if you play with other players, you wouldn't know. Like, was it truthful or was it a lie? That's kind of cool. Let's see how it changes if we ask him a truthful statement.
Peacock here. You must know by now that Body took every opportunity to humiliate Mrs. Peacock. She knew nothing of this fiancé of his until a couple of days ago. Because of my own feelings for her, I could only grit my teeth and pray that she came to no harm. Finding her with Body's gun was the last straw. I'd taken a piece of lead pipe from the kitchen to deal with Body, but when I saw the rope in the hall cupboard, it seemed entirely appropriate.
Still the same, isn't it?
I found Body in the billiard room, and I went and knocked him out with a karate blow. And by the
maybe it's because we had already selected him that he only gives one spiel. I don't know. I shall look into that, and you know, if there's some interest in that, we shall play through it at some point in full to actually experience just the stories and figure it out. I mean, can be kind of fun. A bit of a what's it called? Point and click adventure game. Can be kind of fun like that. And this one has, I think, 2 or 3 more scenarios. But yeah, that is the biggest problem with it. It has no computer players. I so wish that there was. That would make it so much more fun. I'm also not sure if there is some randomness in the game, like if a scenario does change a bit. Yeah, Griezo goes screaming when the hunger is full. Let's give him some cheesy bites here. Because he is very, very impatient today. I really need to get some trimmers through his fur coat. I missed the last trimming and I'm kind of waiting for the next one. Basically, I try to wait until, you know, shedding season, or as I like to call it, the fluffing in, to actually have him trimmed properly. But it's getting a bit out of hand here on the back. It's starting to get some knots and stuff, which is not pretty. But oh well. As long as he is a good kitty, we don't complain. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, let's try out another game that you can't really play nicely alone, which is unfortunate. Or you can, but you know the challenge just goes out the window. But you can for score if you are inclined. And that's also one example that I find they did a really good job translating this to CDI. And that is Master Labyrinth. Really awesome game, but you need some players to have the most fun with it, which is unfortunate. I think this is one of the better examples as well. Also a game I have never played in real life. I have played something called Magical Maze, Toverdoolhof. And this was kind of a counterpart. The actual games came out around the same time, and we got the Magic Maze thing. And then there was this one. Master Labyrinth. I'm not sure if... The other one is, I think, also from Ravensburger. I'm not entirely sure, but this one is as well. I'm not sure if this game has an actual presence in the US at all. Yeah, I think so too. It was a bit loud. Let me know if this is alright. But it did such a good job in making this game more atmospheric and bringing you into the actual game. Normally it's a board game, but now you can actually explore the maze. Go through the labyrinth in real time, and that's kind of cool. I mean, it doesn't add a whole lot to the game. Did they actually publish it themselves? I don't know. It's my mouse thing. Oh yeah, a lot of CDI games are in Dutch. I think the demo... Let's just show the demo in general, because, you know, it's more fun when you see multiple players play than me alone. And the demo also gives a bit of an introduction, which is cool. You know, as cool it can be on CDI.
Beneath this ancient castle lies a strange labyrinth. But be careful, it's no ordinary labyrinth. It's full of shrewd magicians and evil phantoms. And the way through never remains the same.
This is Master Labyrinth.
Were summoned here in order to determine who is the very best one of them all. Now the battle of wits begins. Each player must collect as many treasure chests as possible, but it's not as easy as you think. Evil, sly phantoms are roaming through the corridors, trying to deceive the magicians who are caught in the maze of the labyrinth. The magician with the most points wins the game. To celebrate the victory, the winner can enter his or her name into the Book of Masters. And then a great feast takes place, where the winner is honored by the other magicians. Now,
I love this movie style acting.
Between two magicians. You
all
can
the
observe as long as you
super
want,
fake clothes and hairdresses, makeup.
Or two of your remote control to end the demonstration.
Yeah, so let's just let the CPU add it. So the object here is to grab the treasure chest and find some, you know, you need to the most points, and there's 7 treasures, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins. Like Mr. Red over there is like locked within a treasure there, so he got lucky. Same for green. But you always need to put a piece in the maze, which changes the layout of the maze. Like in the top left corner there, you can rotate the piece and then you need to shove it in there. And now you get to actually enter the maze. Like on the normal board game, you just move your piece around. But now you can actually explore the maze. And I think this is a super cool addition to the game. This makes it way cooler. And you get a chest, and you can open the chest, or you can chance the chest, which will double or triple the contents, or give you nothing. And he got a big payout there. So this is... yeah, the maze does remind us a bit of the 7 Gas maze in the basement, doesn't it? It's the same kind of vibe going to it. Although in this maze, there are some baddies running around. Who's now? Oh, green is. So he can get the 2. What's also funny, if your sense of direction is pathetic, you can actually get lost here. You know, and not get to the treasure. It's a bit harder than just moving your piece to where you want to go, because of actually navigating it in 3D. You have to memorize where you actually need to go. You can always go back to the board. This is Master Labyrinth, Dave. Master Labyrinth. But still, this is cool, and you can randomly come across other creatures or characters in the maze. And then you have to decide, is this a good guy, one of the other players, or is it a bad guy? And if you miss, if you choose wrong, you end your turn. So not only do you need to keep mind of where is the treasure, but also keeping track of where the players are and where you encounter them exactly, because, you know, it could be that they put a random spawn just before the player, so you have to be very careful. And there is a time limit, so you know, you can't just go back and forth all the time. So yeah, I think this is one of those examples that's just so good on CDI, where they actually made it work. They actually enhanced the board game here. Same for Cluedo. Those are Probably my two favorite board conversions of the game. We have some other games that are okay-ish. But this one is really, really, really neat. The only problem, as I say, is we can just show that real quick for a bit. The only problem is that if you are solo, and I don't get it, because clearly the CPU was playing there, or maybe there was a recorded game, I don't know. But I hit one player, you don't get to select your character, you're just the red guy. And you start. And they plop in the other ones, but they don't do anything. So that's a shame. That's the one thing that I kind of dislike about the game. Where's my mouse? Oh, there we go. We can at least show off what happens when we meet someone. You always face north. Oh, this is not great with the mouse. So this was a friendly guy. So we should do this handshake, and there we are. Now we should be able to move still. And if you guess wrong, you zap her with magic. She gets all angry, and you lose your turn. This is not great with the mouse because you have to actually move in that direction. Are we here yet? And then it's just this way, right? Go up. There you go. Yeah, this works much better with the controller, let me tell you. Or was it to the right there? See, I already forgot. Oh, no, here we are. Let's try to magic it. Oh, we did good. We got some cash. And still less than that guy got in the first game. So, you know, there's some luck to be had for sure here as well. But yeah, this is Master Labyrinth. I think one of the cooler games on CDI to play with when you have people over. CDI is pretty good with that, I think. But let's see if we can actually do some playing where I can properly lose again. We play another classic, and that's backgammon. It kinda is, isn't it? Also, it has some game shows and such. So it kinda is like a game show kinda device. Backgammon, another game I have little experience with, so don't expect miracles here. This is one of those games that's kind of in between, like, okay, it kind of works, but also, doesn't add a whole lot. $50, do remember. Of course, it's by CapDisc. Also one of the earlier ones. Yeah, at the beginning of the CDI's lifespan, there was really slim pickings. Oh yeah, I think this is quite funny. Remember what I said about this big advantage of CDI adding these interesting documentaries and info and all the rules on the disc? No, not this game.
This section shows you how to use this disc to play backgammon. If you don't already know how to play, consult one of the many books available. At any time during this presentation, you can return to the Choose Mode menu by...
So it only explains how to use the disc. If you want to know the game, read a book! Like, what the hell? So, person versus machine. Like, to their credit, in the manual there is an explanation of the game. But still, this is so uncommon for Philips CDI games. Usually they have like this big extravagance of explaining the game in big detail. And here's just like, read a book, dummy. It's quite funny. Oh yeah, that wouldn't work. What should we play? I guess average, maybe? Try average? We try average? We try average. Surely I can beat average. Like, the highest difficulty on Connect 4 proved too skilled for me. And yeah, that's true. Like, games, they don't go up that much, to be honest. I know a lot of people are complaining, but if you also take inflation into consideration, then is 60 to 70 bucks really that much in comparison than what it was back then? I think that's okay. Yeah, let's go average. I think you get a little scene as an introduction as well, don't you? Give them a little character. Choose color. Will we be light? Will we be dark? I'm in a light mood, I suppose. We're already black in Othello. So yeah, might as well play all. Oh, we're getting some classics in here.
The Count, rumored to be a descendant of the Tsar, is a notorious playboy and gambler. His manners are impeccable, his style chic and suave. He is seen at the most lavish gambling casinos, surrounded by beautiful women. One in particular is always in his company at the backgammon tables. Ms. Penelope Puffin, most recently of Kansas City, is often seen whispering in the Count's ear.
Oh yeah, these drones are definitely CDI quality, aren't they?
Lifestyle abound. His charm and wit are no secret, especially among ladies of means. It is said that his father, Count Nikolai, lost a great fortune at the tables years earlier. A shrewd and able player, he is ever seeking his next victim. Are you willing to take the risk?
Yeah, it will feel satisfying to take him down a peg. It does have that kind of style as Wacky Golf, doesn't it? That looks like a true douchebag. I did not know this, but apparently Backgammon was kind of a gambling game as well. Oh yeah, that's some true classical music there. Holy cow. So yeah, this is a really old game, and it shows because it's really weirdly built, I think. She gives hints if you like, makes no sense. Or maybe it's like a bit of payback to him, maybe, that she gives you hints, but whatever. So we always need to throw the die, which is just weird, or the dice rather. And I think the highest player goes first, so that's him, I guess, right? Oh, there you go, he just needs to wait. He has that loading thing going on. And the object of the game is to traverse the whole board and get to your home front, which in our case is at the bottom left here. So all our pieces need to go here. If there is one piece like this one, you can take that piece. So if we hit a 2, that would be cool. Or a 5. That's a 3 and a 4. What is wise wisdom? I guess. Well, we might. Yeah, again, I'm not great at this game. If they are sent to the board, you need to put them back on the board again. First, before you can move any other pieces. And to put them back on the board again, you need open spaces on their home base, basically. And yeah, this is so weird because I done and now I need to throw his dice. So this is kind of weird like that. You always need to move. Like you can't move 3 at once. You always need to move either first 1, then 2, or first 2, then 1. And it can be the same piece or a different piece. Like I kinda enjoy the game, I'm just not very good at it. This is not great. Hey there, the Highlander, how are you, Wouter? Good to have you, good to have you. Can we please, yeah. For this game, the mouse was a good selection, I think. Wait, I can put this one. As long as there's 2, the other player cannot land on that space, so that's good. Oh, on foot combat. How is that in that they added that later, didn't they? Oh yeah, and I keep forgetting. Yeah, there is some differences there for sure. Oh. Hi, Grizo. Are you coming to say hi to Wouter as well? You're sitting on my hand, stupid cat. It takes a long time to think. Let's see, what can we do? What kind of damage can we do? Still can't get rid of his piece there. Let's see. I guess what I want to do is just get these more safe as much as possible. That's a 2, can't use those. I can't see Grizo. How many to be very precise? Come on. 2. Why is it not working? What? Did I use it already? Oh wait, I have this one selected. That's no good. There we go. So the moment a piece is, you know, you've thrown dice, you can ask her for a hint on what to move. So now we took one of our pieces, which is not fun. We can at least take it out, so that's good. 3. We have 2. There's this one here. I would like to score a 5 so we can take this one out. By the way, this 64 is the doubler. If you click that, you will play for double points. If he accepts. He probably will. Oh, I can only do that at the start of the turn, I guess. Happy lurking, Ben. Happy lurking. Oh man, we are not lucky with dice throws here. Although one good thing is that we can get these pretty close to home base. I'm a bit worried about these 3 though. So yeah, let's try out the double. He should accept this because he's in a pretty good position.
I accept your double.
Okay, so now we are playing for twice the amount of points. I can't, and you can double again, but he needs to initiate that. And then I either need to accept when we play for 4 times the amount of points, or I decline, but that means that I immediately lose the game. Only it won't cost as many points. So, you know, if you're in a bad position, it's probably good to actually decline. Or, yeah. So that's 4. I think I'd better be served by just moving these things in there. Wait. Should have stacked them, but oh well. It's gonna be bad if he manages to fill up this space and then gets rid of our pieces. This one can kind of escape. But again, he needs to get past here, so hopefully he won't throw a 3 next turn. That would be bad. It would be very, very bad. Luckily he did not. Okay, now I also have a problem. If I can get rid of his stones. 6 and 4. I'm just going to get this one to safety. Wait, 1, 2, 3, oh. I can't count. Because the count is there, you know. So this is his job. Wait, this is 4, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh! Dang it. Yeah, you just move your pieces the amount of every one of those triangles is 1 square to move based on the face of the dice. So now he is double 6. Double 6 makes you throw again, and you get no, not again, but it makes you he can now move 4 times. So that was a big ass move for him. That was not great. 4.
You are most lucky.
Am I? You just hit the double 6, my man. So I don't feel very lucky. Oh, this is bad. Now he has a big advantage. So what should I do? I'm kind of hoping he will put a piece here. He kind of has to, maybe. Because he can't finish the game before he has all his pieces in here. So with some luck, he will have 3 and 4, and then he has to put 1 in here. Well, actually he doesn't. I think I'm screwed. This is too much. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Me and counting, man. Holy crap.
You are most lucky.
I am not. Some more relaxing classicals. Ooh, we need to hit a 1 now. If we don't hit a 1, we are screwed. And we hit a 1. So we can take that piece. Which will send it here. And now the thing is, he needs to go out. And the only way he can do that is by hitting 1 or 2. No other way. So these two are relatively safe for now as well. Excuse me? So that's an illegal move. He can't move because he needs to take this one out first. Can I make his life even more miserable? No. So let's just get these out there, I guess. Oh, he has a 2, so he's coming. He is a coming. Oh, you've got the double 6 now. That is excellent. Comes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is unfortunate. 5, 6. So which one will I risk?
You are most lucky.
He gets a 1, I'm in trouble. He does not. Although, you know, it's still going to be tight now. Because now we need to get in the base, and he has an advantage here already. Because you need to, you know, all the pieces need to go in. And he has an advantage of
you are most lucky.
Going in first. And he has, his pieces are a bit more forward. Well, that's kind of tight actually. Oh boy, that's not gonna win the... Five, that's nice. Some big numbers gone. Yeah, this is going to be very... Oh, and 5 is of course double. That's cool, forgot about that. I think we actually took the lead here, just barely. Might have a chance. 4 and 2. And a 6, nice, nice. Thank you for that, Marvin. Real nice of you to say. Oh, we are getting lucky with the dice rolls here. He is too, by the way, so that's... Oh, another 6. Love it. Love to see it. Another 6. Whoa! I think we are done. Because I think when you only have a option that's overshooting it, I think you can finish it.
I doubt you'll be so lucky again. Shall we try?
Oh no, once is more of enough to me. But yeah, that's backgammon. It's decent. I'm actually kind of surprised I won this one because I don't know backgammon that well. But the little spreads I had were enough for amateur. It's again one of those games that's probably more fun with a friend. It is a game that I kind of like, but it's also so luck dependent. You're so dependent on the yeah, that's how it works, right? The pink slip of the ladies. Don't say for the part, but for the actual lady. All right, let's see if we can get our brain juices going on. We saw the jigsaw thing. Now there are other kinds of jigsaws, aren't there? And this might be sounding weird that I count this as kind of a board game, but it's basically because our physical version of this was just in the box with board games. You know, another type of games that is very under... Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Pirate Game Boy. Tangram is the game I wanted to take a quick look at. But yeah, that's basically because our physical copy was in the box with board games that I kind of associated with board games. I know it's weird, but how my brain works, I guess. So I saw that and I think, we need to go for that as well. But another game that's really under represented on the CDI are card games. You would think like something like Patience or Solitaire, I think it's actually called in the US. You think that they have a version of that, right? But nope. The only card games there are casino card games. And you know, some strip poker, which of course we have to look at some point. Though, I don't know. Wow, this one even has Portuguese. You don't see that a whole lot in games. Normally Portuguese just have to settle for Spanish. That's kind of cool. English, please. And this game I kind of like it too. With the mouse. Yeah, and Japanese. I have a couple of CDI games that were I have some Japanese CDI games. There I go. Jeez. And yeah, that one might be needing to go on the Discord, the strip poker ones and the Tachana games and such. I'm not sure how extensive they get, but they do have an access code, so I'm kind of scared to show that on a normal stream. So perhaps that would be better left for a Discord session. Which, if you haven't joined the Discord, please by all means do so. I do want to also look at some VCDs there. Just enjoy some movies with friends. Explanation. Now we know how to run. This is one that also has some history in here. I don't know. I like this kind of stuff.
Mystery of the Chinese puzzle. The Tangram puzzle is one of the most well-known Chinese puzzles.
It's tea. You don't like
In Chinese, it is called Qi Qiao Pao, as well as Wisdom Board and Seven Smart Board. Qi Qiao is derived from the old Chinese custom to thread a seven-eyed needle on the 7th day of the 7th month, thus imploring happiness.
Threading a normal needle is hard enough as it is.
The name Tangram is said to be derived from the Cantonese Tanka girls. They taught foreign sailors the game of Tangram. It is a typical example of Oriental mystery. No one knows exactly who invented the puzzle or when. It is said that the puzzle is at least 2,000 years old as the Great Wall of China. One story claims that a long, long time ago in the Chu period, a Chinese boy dropped a valuable square tile.
He was attacking the desk.
It broke into 7 pieces. When the boy had recovered from the shock, He looked at the pattern formed by the pieces
Very old.
and started pushing them around. That is how Tangram was born. With the 7 pieces of the Tangram, countless figures can be made.
Again,
Very
the
simple to
East
extremely
really
complicated.
brought over some
Letters,
really neat
objects,
puzzles and
animals,
games, didn't they?
people, etc. Around 1800, the game became fashionable in Europe, and articles and books on it were published.
I don't ever hear
Famous
anyone
people of
talk
those
about
times
Tangram
occupied
anymore.
themselves with the game. Napoleon is said to have often played it for relaxation, but especially to train his patience and ingenuity.
You will do that. Yeah, it will train your patience for sure. Trying to make those
The game
shapes
was
can be
originally
quite
made out of wood
frustrating.
or stone, and more recently out of plastic. The latest version of this popular and interesting puzzle can be seen here on CDI, the Tangram of modern times and of the future.
Oh, that didn't age well. What game was?
I hunger.
Just a quick thing. This just reminded me. But the domino game has one of those quotes as well. Below here is it says in Dutch: "Het oudste spel, het nieuwste op het nieuwste platform, medium." So it says like, it's the oldest game out there on the newest system. They were quite proud of themselves. And with the domino thing, it's even more funny because by the time it came out, the CDI was already on death's door, or it was pretty much dead by that time. Yeah, I need the mouse, man. Starting to bite me because I grabbed the mouse from him. Lisa does love the little love nips, as they call them, huh? Oh no, I'm definitely not an expert. I guess I'm a beginner. I haven't played this in ages. Oh, this actually shows you the outline. I don't want that. I'm not that daft. Look at me now stumbling over the first puzzle I actually see. Intermediate. There we go. It still kind of shows you. Ah, man. So how does this... Oh, okay. Oh, this does not feel great with the mouse either. You'd think it would do well, but there's a bit of a delay there. And to change it, you need to keep the mouse button pressed down and then you move it. But yeah, it just slides. It's weird. This does not feel great. Yeah, not much mystery around the block. Holy crap. Not much mystery about this one either. That one is not aligned properly, is it? How precise do you need to be? Oh yeah, there's a music button. Let's do the music indeed. I was wondering, it's a bit silent. Fusion. Wait, classical? Fusion? Oh, it's the two option, or pop. Pop. Oh, okay, I get it now. It was pop. Doesn't fit the game at all. And it's kind of a shame that it's a bit of a MIDI file, isn't it? No. Oh, being precise with the mouse is not great. Not easy, I can tell you. Still not good. This one, there. Is that it? Nope. Now where did I mess up? Oh man, you need to be super precise, I guess. Ah, there we go. There's that piece on the right. Okay, I kind of dig these. I kind of dig these artistic kind of scenes. They are a, you know, kind of fun reward, I guess. Yeah, I don't like that music. The fusion does better. No. And actually, let's go up a level, because that one was kinda easy. Let's go for advanced. And regret. Oh, you've got even more. Animals is always fun. Let's make a kitty. Or a doggo, or whatever the hell that's supposed to be. A horsey, denk ik. It looks like a horse. Still doesn't look too intimidating to me on first sight, but you know, could be deceiving, of course. That's always the case with these kind of things. That they look easy on first sight, and then you start and you're like, what the hell? I'm missing a piece. It's usually what happens with these things, isn't it? See, I messed up somewhere, I guess. Is this to unfit? Oh, it does. But there wasn't enough room. But it does. Please be okay. Oh, first try, nice. What, no animation? Aw, man, that kinda sucks. It only has animation on the easy ones? Why? It's a bit of a letdown. I'm annoyed by that. They tie you over with those cool little scenes, and then you get nothing for the harder ones. Now I still don't know if it actually was a horsey. I guess it would have been a lot of work to make scenes for every scene out there, but still it's a bit disappointing. And this is still easy. I remember being stumped of the puzzles in the booklet of the physical game at the back. Oh, I guess this one is slightly. Oh, we're going to space. It's a Star Trek. Space. Oh, no, it continues. I hate to call myself an expert, but yeah, let's do some weapons, I guess. Might be fun. It's a chunky sword. But yeah, this looks more like it, I think. It's the only possible way for that one. Yeah, this is definitely one of those that's more difficult. Maybe we shall find out. Oh boy, this one is. I think so. Would be kind of funny if it has guns. Wouldn't really fit. Oh, I wish it would snap. Ben is just feeding Friso like there's no tomorrow. Friso has gone a bit for now. But once that bar is full... Oh, guess who will be running back? Wait, how do I... Good night, Easy Up. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care. Oh no, I can't. I think I cannot turn it. I thought I could, but I guess you can't. Ooh, that's gonna be a problem. Because then this is no good, is it? Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, that's the Tangram experience that I know and love. Uh-oh, what happened to my music? Your time is oh, there's a time limit. Dang it. I got beaten. So see, I'm not an expert after all. Oh. Well, I was on the right track. Let's try one more. What is this then? That has to go here. Pretty sure. That's about all I'm sure about. I'm afraid. This would make sense. But it might also be too obvious. Is this like a bomb? Kind of the thing, you know. Now the scenes don't play, and we don't know what it actually is. That's a shame. Oh, obvious does seem way here. I don't know what that is. This looks almost the same. But yeah, this is Tangram, and you know, it's decent fun. And this is one of those games that's actually, you know, worked as a one-player game. Not too special. I think fiddling with the pieces is more fun in general. You know, give your fingers something to do as well. But all in all, not the worst CDI game out there. Kind of relaxing. Kind of dig those kind of puzzles. Like also something that I kind of enjoy from time to time is like something like Picross. Also something that's not on the system. Although that wasn't very popular back then yet, was it? I think there was only the GP game, Game Boy game. Nor is there Sudoku or you know, some block puzzling nonsense. Final game for today. I'm not even sure what time is it. Oh yeah, that would make a good time. The final game for today is also a decent attempt at a puzzle, or not puzzle, a board game transition. Another one which I do not have no experience with. Played the physical copy, so I don't know anything about it. And that is Scotland Yard here. What I mean is I can't compare. I don't know how well it transitions exactly. Well, CDI, it's okay. There is, again, the same issue with it, where one player needs to deceive the rest, so you always have that kind of problem with these games. Where you kind of have to banish everyone out of the room to, you know, do it properly. Or, you know, set it up in such a way that you can't see what you're doing in the game. That would also, of course, be possible and not very great. But this one you can actually play with and against the CPU, which is cool. Does anyone have any experience with this game? Scotland Yard. Because before the CDI game I never even heard of this one. I do have it a long while. There's also this weird style where they have these very, well, barely animated characters walk into real photographs from London. It's kind of jarring. Yeah, so I also have no experience with the actual game. And this does offer two options, like the standard game and an enhanced version. I don't know what the differences are. Oh, it is very textbook CDI Mystic. Very, very. And because, you know, it doesn't use the DVC, it is so, you know, one frame per second.
Welcome to Scotland Yard. Your assignment.
Some doors can use some oil there. Holy crap.
Make your choice with the remote control and then confirm it with action button 1.
Oh, this is another one of those games that's not great with the mouse. I think I'm actually going to change this. Real quick. That's not fun. That is very annoying if you have to select something by moving the mouse, not move the cursor. Or the visual cursor, I should say, I guess. I wanted to mouse the controller. That would be very ineffective at using your controller. Oh, I could have seen the time on the CDI. How did it go? How did it go, the Highlander? Are you streaming now as well, by the way? I really need to catch one of your streams again. They are quite relaxing. Although I'm not sure if how tense the combat gets in Elite. Oh yeah, okay. Then I can imagine that it's occasionally less relaxing in the stream then. Let's do a new case. First aid is basically the help menu. I've been playing some Remnant 2. If anyone has that, then do add me on Steam, because I would love to play that with some friends. But that game is also I find a lot of ways to die in that game, but it is a lot of fun. let's just stick with classic. It's hard enough as it is, I think. So here you got all your characters. I think you can play with up to 5 players. Well, 6. You know, let's just go with Sherlock, I suppose. And oh, I need to actually click the button. Let's make them bots. Should we have 5? I don't know. Yeah, you can only have 5. And then make Mr. X a bot as well. The object of the game is to get on the space Mr. X is on. And he moves every turn, but only every couple of turns he will reveal his location. So you have to kind of work as a team and surround him and kind of catch him. Based on those times where you can actually see where he is. So again, if you have a player play as Mr. X, you know, every time you move, you have to kind of send everyone out of the room, which is quite annoying. But, you know, as a one-player game, it works okay like this, I suppose. Where he is the computer, then that's no issue. So Mr. X is, where is he? Oh, he's the black box. So he's right in the center there. I don't know anything about London, so I don't know. I mean, the river should be the Thames. But other than that, I have no clue. I'm very close to him. Do you see that? So he moved now, and I don't know where. But he should be somewhere in that area. And I'm very close. So we go to the zoomed in map here. And so you have these spots you're on, and you need to transport to another space. And to do that, you either take the underground, the old tube, or the bus, or the taxi. And the taxi costs the most money, but it is most available. So right now we must take the taxi because the square is only yellow, so we cannot choose anything else. So let's go with the taxi. And I guess we go up because that also unlocks a bus stop. And wait, I can't go up? Why not? Oh, I need to go. Okay. Sure, game. And this costs 10 points. So if we end up being out of points, we have 124 points. Then Mr. X loses. If we catch him before we run out of points, then we win. Cool. Hey there, Sneaker Freak. Thank you for so much. Great to have you. Yeah, Rizzo is a good boy. He's a nice kitty. Always happy to be here. And his treats bar is almost full, and then he'll be even happier. Don't lie on the keyboard, because if you do, then stuff will happen. Yes. He tends to close out the stream and such. So there goes. Oh, there comes in a Mystic with another freezer treat. Only one more to go, so when I say that, then no doubt Ben will be here in just a second to kill it completely. It is nice to always have... I don't have a CD TV, unfortunately. It's one that I've never really sought one out, to be honest. But I would love... One game that I would love to play is the Defender of the Crown version that's on there. That looks really cool. I do have an Amiga, but I don't think they are compatible with each other, are they? A Amiga CD32, which is also pretty cool. Yeah, they are pretty pricey, unfortunately. Oh, they can play them. Oh, okay, so that's interesting. So I might hunt out that game then. Because yeah, that Defender of the Crown version is like a bit of an updated version of the normal one. Just looks super interesting to me. I just like Defender of the Crown in general. CDI version is also kinda okay. Yeah, I guess they were. Yeah, direct competitors, and unfortunately both failures in the end. But I don't know. I kind of like that style of game. Yeah, I would love to play that game. Oh, here we go. Wouter has helped you, Grizo. Wouter has helped you. It's time for another snacky. Let's see what we have here. Let's have some more dreamies. Let's have some more dreamies. The beast must feed indeed, Mystic, and feed he shall. Still not enough when you ask him. Like, you guys notice this too, right? The more we do these streams, the more impatient he becomes. It's kind of funny and annoying at the same time. And what's also funny is the moment I turn down that light, when I click it off, he'll be gone. He's out of here. He's like, okay, my work is done here. Bye. Thanks, Ben. I have another one for a giveaway sometimes. It was a kind of a stupid thing where I accidentally hit 2 in the basket. But yeah, it's a nice little bug. Oh yeah, cats are very smart. They really know how to play as well. But yeah, it's just a nice stylish thing to have. Grizo. I am surprised, Mystic, that the Siamese brothers have not attempted to ruin your stream yet. Like Grizo has, so far I think 3 times he has put the stream on the end screen, which is kind of hilarious. And I don't know how he does it, because it's like a combination that you need to hit, but leave it to Grizo and he does it. He just plops down on the keyboard and then all kinds of stuff happens. It's Grizo. Let's get back to the game and see if we can finish it. But yeah, I tend to like these old CD systems. I do have a decent-ish, not too big, but a decent collection of 3DO games as well. Also a lovely system, I find. So now we can actually take the bus, and let's take the bus over there, because that is in the area that Mr. X was. But you have one now and then nearby, right? The girl. I forgot her name. I'm so sorry. I know one of the boys is called oh crap. Little sister. There we go. Or was it Big Sister? I am so poor with names. Oh, the Pirate Game Boy, I agree with you. 3DO is better for gaming for sure. Big Sister, that was the name. Yeah, 3DO is better. And it's really like the step in between CDI and the PlayStation. Just way more geared towards gaming, but there are some stinkers on there as well. Oh boy. Still love this stuff. And another console I really want to dig into at some point is definitely the Sega CD and Saturn. It's I think I only have one game for the Sega Saturn. Sega Rally, of course, everyone has that. It's like if you start collecting, then somehow out of your collection a Sega Rally just grows out, you know, just like it's a seedling. But I do not have an actual Saturn, unfortunately, and those things are stupid expensive as well to get them. in a good running order. I do have a Sega CD, but my games on that are limited. I do have Final Fight CD, which is an excellent version of that game, by the way. I think I also have Echo. The thing is, I never played Echo on the Sega CD because I'm not a big fan of Echo. So I did not even know that it has a unique soundtrack, which makes sense if you put something on CD. Of course, you need to have a soundtrack, don't you? We only have 2 points left. Great guy, great work, guys. But I find Echo just such a depressing game. I think we are dead. It's just a depressing game, the whole mood and such, and from what I've heard, that soundtrack does not help. It's very moody, which is kind of cool in a way. And you know, the whole setting is just not a very pleasant one. I never finished it either, by the way. Okay, we can't see where he went yet, so I have no clue where to go. No, CDI would not be able to handle Echo, I don't think. Way too much sprite work. CDI is not great with sprites. And just the movement alone is just way too fluent for the thing. Like, it could maybe do like the background levels, just make a giant background picture and then have some object move through it. And I guess like kind of the movement options would kind of be workable on the system. Because there's not much. Like the speed up, there is the sonar. I think that's it, isn't it? Okay, so now we can use all the systems. So let's just use the metro line here. And so I don't know where the bastard went. Like, he started out in the center there, right next to me, but of course he could have taken the subway as well. So since purple is up there, I think it would be wise if we go down here, chase after him. There's green there. I don't know how many turns it takes. Oh, these scenes are real silly. Wasn't paying much attention to the game actually. And white and blue are right next to each other for some reason. Again, I have never played this game as a physical game, so I have no clue what the actual strategies are. If I'm making wise decisions, probably not, because you know, making stupid decisions is my forte. So yeah, I basically have no clue what I'm doing. Oh, and I misread also the point for the round we're in, I guess. Like, we don't have 4 tickets remaining, that's 4 rounds. I'm also not sure if it's player time or tied to the player, those tickets, or if it's tied to our team. We can even call each other that. Yeah, these scenes are not doing it for me. Just a random picture with a 1 frame per second animation. Green seems to be almost out of tokens. I wonder if you are playing this solo, like 1 versus Mr. X, can you even win by that point? Because you wouldn't be able to even surround him, can you? It's 52. I think there was one with 140 still, right? Is it like random how many you get? That would be weird. Why is he taking the taxi? Because that is a bus stop as well. So, you know, you could have spared some cash. If I am understanding the game correctly, which of course is doubtful. Still can't see where he is. Oh, there he is. We can see where he is. He's right next to purple. And now he moves. So I can't see. I don't think he's on a bus stop there. No, he's not. Is he moving twice? Of course he's moving twice. So yeah, like if he went... No, he can't have gone up because purple is on there. But if he went south, he's on that bus stop. And then he could have moved to either direction. Yeah, we have way more points than the CPUs. Why is that? Now I hope I don't let him slip through. That would be bad. Oh. Also the same photographs, like there's not a whole lot of variety, is there? Oh, I did not even get that message from you, the Pirate Game Boy. Sorry about that. The solution to put literally anything on CDI would be to record a gameplay video. Yeah, I guess that would work, but make basically anything an FMV video with little interaction in there. But yeah, if you've seen Nobelia, like that is a sprite-based, screen-based game, and if you notice already how sluggish that gets. When there's some sprites on the screen, it's very hard to make something really work. Although to be fair, you know, if you use the DVC, you get a bit more mileage out of there, but it would still be very hard. Strangely enough, CDI is a system that is fairly well documented if you want to program for it. Like Philips was very, what's the word? Like thorough when making documentation for the system and the whole standard. So it's pretty well documented. Where are you going? Oh. Finally a place I know is Piccadilly Square, isn't it? Piccadilly Circus, that's the name. And it's like, I know every place. Yeah, so he can be anywhere. No, he did take the taxi. From the sound of it. So is he still in this area? Is the question. Could he be here? I actually did not pay attention before. I did not notice that you can actually hear what he's using. Wow, that took long. Did we win? No. I was kind of hopeful there. Oh well. Yeah, not the most riveting game, this one, I'm afraid. Let's just quit this one for a bit and let's just open or end with something a bit more involved. Not that I'll be good at it, but you know, it's kind of fun to just end the stream on, I think. That is some good old pinball. Again, at some point I will need to burn or actually get a English copy of this because it's a real fun one. I don't have it in English. But yeah, not a board game by any stretch of the imagination. But you know, it's a fun thing to end on. Of course it's broken. Stupid cases. I hate those cases so much. See if we can do some damage on the old pinball table. Which is unlikely. I haven't played this since I did the review on it. And these pinball tables are they are very basic for one. Good, Rizzo. And they also tend to move very fast. A proto flash game. What is a what do you mean by a proto flash game? Like a prototype flash, like the engine flash? Or do you mean this game? Like the pinball game, like it's a prototype flash game, or it could have been a flash game. I'm pretty sure there were better flash games that resemble the pinball game. This is by no means great. Especially, you know, at that time I was also playing Pinball Dreams for DOS, which is slightly better. Setup. How did this go again? Oh. Oh, you can't use the... Oh, I wanted to actually have it that the cursor is left trigger flipper, but can't work. Okay. Yeah, I guess many of those early CDI games were kind of like that, especially those education games were very basic point-and-click stuff. Very early. This is the amount of players, right? Very early Flash-like workings. You know what I've been thinking of lately, and almost no one seems to remember that, that is the Shockwave player. Does anyone know that? It was kind of heavy on the CPU, but it came out, it was also, I think, developed around Flash, but it was so much more capable of 3D. You could make a 3D engine in that. It was nuts. And ever since that went away, I saw Flash games like, wow, this is really a step back. Like the Shockwave player was so advanced at the time, because that was in 1999 and stuff. It was real cool. So yeah, this game is, for those who've never checked it out, it has 4 pinball tables. Yeah, it was really neat. But it was, the way I think it died was that it was mostly impossible to use that on a dial-up. And as soon as we got cable, or internet in general, we straight away went to cable in, might have been end of 1997 or just 1998. So I've never known real slow internet at home, so I'm kind of spoiled by that, I guess. Oh, this goes real fast. I hope the interlacing doesn't screw me over. Oh, look at it. Riveting gameplay. Amazing. Pinball you can only dream of. I think there is a way to actually make the ball get stuck in between two of those point counters. And you just get the points. Oh wow, wrong flippy. Wrong flippy. This is not the best controller for this, I guess, because the buttons are so close to each other. Although, for CDI, I can't really come up with any controller that would be great for this. Because you have to basically hold it like this, which is not great. I really would have liked it to have this as the left flipper. But alas. Excellent, Wouter. Excellent job. Those combat zones aren't too long. That's kind of neat. Well, and that's all she wrote. Awesome. That's not worth saving my name. Yeah, I think that's an ideal time to go through a stage like that. Does it also have some loot to collect and find? Oh wow, you need to do 10. That's is that like for a mission where you are sent to do 10? Okay, believe it or not, but this was my favorite for some reason. And it's arguably the most basic. Yeah, that's kind of alluring me more to the game again. Oh, there's the big plane. Nice. Like, I keep saying that, yeah, Elite is not for me, but then that kind of stuff. Like, that you can go on foot and explore and also do those action stages, that's kind of making it more interesting to me. Although, you know, general space exploration is also really alluring to me. The most intimidating for me on Elite is just that it's so heavy on the simulation. Oh yeah, we used to play this a lot back in the day. Sad, huh? So maybe when it's on sale I will give it a go. Dang it. Oh! I remember again. See those little gauzes on the sides there? That's kind of a unique feature of this table. That's fuel for your flippers. Once that runs out, your flipper will no longer respawn, and it's basically you're done. So that's kind of a cool mechanic. This game, this particular. How did I miss everything? It's kind of a unique thing for this one. Can we please hit the big plane? Oh my goodness. Nope. Okay. This is gonna be a quick look like this. Jeez.
Oh my goodness, this is awful!
Nice timing on that one. Spring Break, the one with the ridiculous sound effects and shouts. I'm just doing a quick run here. Because I do not want to drag on for too much longer.
Plenty of sunshine here today with seasonal temperatures. We should reach
I guess this is the most involved game. Hey there, Woodland. Great to have you. Oh, this one is also very fast. But yeah, this one has the most target to actually hit. And it has a lot of just dumb sound effects. The physics in this game are also really wonky. Ooh! Of course they had to have a girl in there. Oh no! There's also a place in the left you can enter, and then, you know, you break the entire place. Oh, there. Oh, yeah. Are you a pro gamer, Woodlin? I definitely am not. I suck at everything I touch. At least when it comes to video games. But, you know, as long as we enjoy them, right?
Best player ever.
Okay, who did that? I think if you spell all the letters there, spring, then something happens as well. Oh, is it? I need to listen to that again to notice that. I just noticed I can barely see the score as well. That's a decision on the font there, or the color scheme as were the contrast. For some reason I can't get into the left there. That's a lot of stock sound effects in this. Nope. Okay, I need to hear the sound now. Let's play again. Because I never noticed that.
Plenty of sunshine here today with seasonal.
Kinda annoying you can't skip this.
Normal high of about 82 degrees by this afternoon. Clear skies tonight with a low near 70.
And on the left there you can enter for some shenanigans. Oh yeah, and the end is the when Doom Guy walks into the wall. Or you try to open the wall. Is how it works, right? Oh man. Oh, finally we got the eye, and then I mess up. Like where the ball goes, it feels so random as well. Oh, we got all the letters here, but nothing happens. Oh, you need to get rid of them, I guess. That went straight to the center. You cannot use tilt. Like, I'm not good at tilting a pinball table in general. Plunderball definitely, but Plunderball also has its trouble. Plunderball isn't as fast, unfortunately. But it's definitely better of a game, in my opinion. I haven't played Plunderball in ages either. That was kind of fun. So then we have this, which I guess looks most like an actual pinball table. But it's again very empty. And it has very annoying sound effects. Just very loud. Oh, we can't go in there again. Oh, dang it. I do love some pinball games. I do love actual pinball as well, but I'm not very good at it, because the only part of the field I can see is like right next to the flipper, so if I have a very fast table, then I'm pretty much out of luck. But I do like them, you know, just for fun. Just for the funsies. And the digital ones are kind of fun too, like some FX pinball, and it's sometimes kind of fun. Play that with the parents now and then. And you know, it used to be Dreams and Fantasy. Those were excellent pinball games for sure. Also, I don't know if I still have that, but there was a Japanese PS1 game which was kind of cool. Which kind of had dragons and such. Oh man. Yeah, Pinball Dreams, but you know, I played that on DOS. I think there's also for the consoles, but then you get a bit of a squished screen, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I love Pinball Dreams. Yeah, Amiga is another good system to play it on. And Pinball Dreams was there. Then there was Fantasy. Then there was also Fantasy 2, I think. Fantasies, I should say. And there were more. Was it Fantasies or Fantasia? I think it was Fantasies. Illusions was another one. I loved all those games. They were awesome. Also Epic Pinball, but less a fan of that one. And there was something called Silver Ball, which kind of sucked, but you know, something else, so we still played it. Oh, and of course, Balls of Steel was also very fun. Not a very good pinball game, but very fun regardless. But hey, look at this, Grizo. I've got your end of stream milk right here. You love some milk, don't you? Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, the Pirate Game Boy. Silver Ball is like Epic Pinball Lite. But the thing with Silver Ball is that I found that it had a lot of, you know, I got the ball stuck in there all the time and stuff didn't work properly. It just wasn't a very good game. The physics also were real wonky, which, you know, I'm not an expert, but if it's very wonky, you will feel it. That makes sense. So yeah, sometimes I still play some pinball games. They're just good fun. So I am a sucker for those. But the CDI version is not a very great game. I think the first pinball game I actually played, like on a system, was probably Pinbot on the NES. Like we also had the pinball game for the G7000, the Video Puck, or Odyssey 2 in the US, but that one was so basic that it's just not very fun, I find. The 2600 version is actually more fun than the Video Puck version. It's even more basic, if you can believe that. It's odd. I should do a stream sometimes on the Video Puck, because, you know, it's also such a nostalgia piece for me. Which not a whole lot of people talk about. Yeah, it is a NES version. I don't think it is the best pinball game on the NES, but it is a fairly faithful recreation of the actual table. I think. I mean, I haven't played it in a long time, so I can't really compare. And I have never played the actual table, to be fair as well. I've played the renditions in Pinball FX, which, you know, should be coming close to the actual thing, I suppose, in looks at least, and mechanics. Not so sure about the feel. It is really cool if you go to one of those tables that you have actually played in real life. It's kind of fun that you can do that now with those newer packs. I will say it's an expensive hobby though, those pinball games. Because there's more pinball games, there's also the Pinball Arcade out there, and there is the, what's the one called with Zaggerat or something. But yeah, you have to draw your line somewhere, because they all deal in these pinball packs and it gets so super expensive at that point. If you want a fun little pinball inspired game, then have you ever checked out Flipnik for the PS2? It's not per se pinball per se, but it has pinball levels in there where you just have to progress and go to different screens and, you know, do different missions, as it were. Really kind of fun, the version of your standard action games on the platform. I kind of enjoyed it, although I never got very far in it, because it gets quite difficult. Although, you know, I say that about every game. The milk is gone, so Grizo can go bye-bye. Which is something I should do as well. Yeah, I think it was a nice stream today. Hope you enjoyed it as well. I liked it. Played some different games for once, and you know, it's fun to give these games some spotlight as well. And next time, I don't know what we will play. Thank you for that. I am not, though. I don't know what we will do next time. We might go back to the Commodore 64, test some tapes again, because we haven't done that in a while. Now that I said it, I also think, like, one day we need to check out some video pack games, don't we? On Twitch I will continue the Bloodstained. Next time we will finish that game, which will be fun. And then we get to start a new game. And I think when I start a new game, I will also start that on YouTube streaming as well. And do that dual streaming thing. Because why not? You know, might as well. Anyway, guys, that is it for me. It was a blast. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. It was really cool. Grizo was happy too, because he got quite a few treats today, didn't ya? It was a good haul for you, man. It was a good haul. And it is very nice of you to come and say bye to everyone. So with that, I am going to say a goodbye and a good night or a good evening, depending on where you are. And I hope to see you soon next time in one of your streams or videos or in one of mine. Until that time, I say the muzzle.